So welcome everyone. Welcome to this meeting. I will just finish. Okay, welcome. We will start, I guess. And anyway, there will be a recording available on our YouTube channel, and then all the people who have registered to this event will also receive a link with the video of this webinar. So thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome to this webinar about the new gTLD program, especially for the DotBrands. And welcome to Aysegul as well from ICANN.
Thank you.
We are delighted to present you with a last update now that the window for the application is open. We thought it would be useful to share with you some information, remind you of a few facts as well, and share with you and maybe answer also questions, especially with Aysegul being from the inside, from the ICANN world. We will be able to give you maybe a few answers to the questions you might ask yourselves. Okay, we will try to speak for 40 minutes, 45 minutes maybe, and then allow some Q&A. So first, we will have a quick overview of the program, what is going on at the moment. We will then focus on what the application window means. What does it mean to be open? And also check with you what concretely is the last chance to apply. And also how can we help you at BrandShelter. BrandShelter is a part of Team Internet group, and within the Team Internet group, we also have Centralnik Registry, who is a backend provider for people who would like to apply for a new TLD. Right. So let's start. Don't hesitate to ask your questions under the Q&A section, or Q&R if you are French. I am Frédéric Guillemaut, and I am French, and I have been managing TLD applications and corporate customers since the last century. I have co-founded SafeBrands, who is now a part of the Team Internet group and is now BrandShelter France. And I have been part of many different registry boards, and I am fascinated by the new gTLD world. I'm very happy to present with Aysegul this webinar. Aysegul, maybe you want to tell a few words about yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Frédéric. Hi, everyone. This is Aysegul Tekce. I'm based out of Istanbul office of ICANN. And I'm working as a GDD accounts senior manager, working closely with the contractor parties of ICANN. Contractor parties referring to registry operators and registrars. I'm actually, among the registry operators, I'm mostly working with the brand registries, specifically located in the European region. And I'm also ICANN's liaison to brand registry group. So I'm very familiar with the brand TLDs.
Okay. Yeah, yes. Since the maybe we want to take one word about the brand registry group, but yes, at some point, and well, it would also go very well with the next slides. So thank you. I'm very happy to present that with you, Aysegul. So in the first round, it was a new gTLD round. So nobody talked about DotBrands in the beginning, but then people realized that some people had applied just to have their own space. Yeah, what is a DotBrand? It's having your own space over the internet, having your own TLD called .mybrand, making your own rules over that. And these people were big companies who wanted to have their own TLD, their DotBrand, but it didn't exist. And all the rules were made for people who wanted to sell millions of domains to millions of owners. And so over the years, there was there were discussions, and people managed to come to a kind of a DotBrand agreement, specification 13, for example. That means that you are not allowed to do the same things as the open TLDs, but at least you don't have to do all the heavy management of abuse, because usually there is no abuse within a DotBrand. So that's the brand registry that was created, and then you're in contact with them. Okay. Right. So we all know what a DotBrand would be, this space specific. Why should you have that? I think it's getting more and more clearer over the years that internet is a great place, but internet is also a great place for people with bad intents. Some people want to create fake sites, counterfeiting websites, or even phishing websites. So at some point, these kind of dot brands are a possibility for people who have an online presence that is quite famous, a worldwide online presence. If you want to make sure that all your customers know that they can buy things online from you in a safe space, that means under your own TLD, maybe it's time to consider a dot brand. That's a good way. I think the main way now is the main way to justify applying for a job brand might be security. You can also use it for communication. You can also use it for marketing reasons, for innovation, and it's got plenty of usage. But at the moment, security. Correct me if I'm wrong, Aysegul, don't hesitate. But security is kind of a trendy subject at the moment. So we know what a dot brand is. We know it would be interesting to have one. It would be interesting to build a powerful long-term brand asset that would be very important for your company. Well, the time is now, because since the 30th of April, you are now able to apply to a new gTLD. You will not have it now. Aysegul will show you through the timeline, but at least you can now have it. You can now apply for it, and we can help you applying, because applying is not always easy, not always simple, let's say. Once you will apply, I just took this great chart from ICANN, actually. It's showing who is doing what in the domain name ecosystem. So at the moment, most of the people, the companies, are registrants. They are here on the left, on the right, on my right, in a way. You are registrants because you own a domain name. You own Frédéric.com, for example. You own a .com, a .net, .bike. Fine, you are a registrant. Once you will apply for your own TLD, you will become a registry operator. It's quite exciting. It's exciting because you are getting one level up into the machine of the internet. So it's exciting for that, but it's also exciting because it will open a lot of possibilities for you. So it makes a change. As a company applying for a dot brand, you will be a registrant of domain names, but you will also be a registry operator, and you will be able to allocate domain names to a registrant. I just wanted to share that with you, sorry, because I think it's important. It's a change. You don't just apply for a domain name, you apply to become a part of the machine of the internet. Right. So this is open. We've been saying that. I've been saying that quite a few times already. I don't want to repeat myself, but yes, the window is open. So what does this mean now? It means that from the 30th of April until the 12th of August 2026, you can write an application to ICANN and say, I would like to create this new TLD. And why I want to create it is because of this and this and this. Do I have the money to do it? Yes, I have the money to do it. And yes, I have the technical capacity because I will use this backend operator. And you will have to describe your project, but you can do that and you have to finish it by the 12th of August. So if you want to go on holiday, if you're in Europe, if you want to go on holiday before July, you have to finish it very soon. It's also important. It's the first time it's open. It's the first time it's possible to do that since 2012. 14 years. So it doesn't happen very often. And also, this window will be open. There will be applications, and as Aysegul will tell you, this application will be assessed, and we will have to wait until all of them are assessed until there is another round. We don't know how long it will take, and maybe we will have more details, I think, with Aysegul. But this is now, and this is rare, and this is a very, very important timing. So maybe if you're not completely ready yet, we can help you getting ready. Or maybe if you just want to apply to be able to launch new projects later, maybe that's a good idea as well. Right, I've talked quite a lot. Maybe it's time for me to let Aysegul exactly talk about this timeline. What can we expect, Aysegul? How will that happen?
Sure, Frédéric. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to have me here on this webinar on the next round. I'm also very excited for next round as well, because as you said, we haven't had this for the last 14 years, and this is the second time we are having it, and we are excited. And of course, we do not know how many applications we will receive. So on this slide right now, it's a snapshot of different stages of the application period till contracting. And I want to get into details of each steps in the application process in the next two slides. Can you please go to the next slide?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. So as Frédéric said, on the 30th of April, we opened the application round, and this will be open until 12th of August. Now we are in the middle of May, so which gives the potential applicants like a 3-month period. So during this 3-month period, application is a long process. We have lots of questions. It's a 3 months is long period. It sounds like a long period, but once you see the questions, it requires a lot of effort to fill all those questions. So till 12th of August, you have time to submit your applications to ICANN. And after the closure of the application, what happens? Within 7 days after the closure of the window, you will need to pay the evaluation fee, which is at the level of 227,000 USD. So within 7 days after the closure of the window, the applicants need to pay ICANN this evaluation fee. And then, which brings us to 19th of August. And then there will be a period for ICANN to do some administrative checks. Because the thing is, we do not know how many applications we will receive. We'll be doing some administrative check to see if we receive the payment, and then to run some completeness check on the information submitted by the applicants, and to see which strings are applied for, and then if there are some contentions, for example, between those strings. And based on the volume of the applications we will receive, currently we are planning to have the reveal day sometime in October. But again, we don't have the date yet because we don't know the number of applications we will receive. So currently we are saying that it is sometime in October. We will have the reveal day. So what happens on reveal day? Reveal day is the day when we publish the strings, the applied for strings, and the applicants. And then the public portion of the application information. So all the apply for strings and the applicants will be publicly available. So if you're an applicant yourself, you will be seeing that if there are other applicants who are applying for the same string you have applied for on this day. Frédéric, can you please go to the next slide?
Yes.
Thank you. So as of the reveal day, everything is announced and everybody knows about which strings are applied for. And then what happens after the reveal day is that we have a period which we call a replacement period. So we did not have this mechanism before. In the last round, we did not have this. So we have a term called the replacement string. This is a new mechanism we introduced for this round to make sure we have less contention, and then it provides an opportunity to the applicants to avoid contention. So during the application phase, while you are submitting your application, while putting your primary string, you can also put a replacement string for your primary string. So we are talking about brands here. So as a brand, I would assume there might be less contention, but it really depends on your brand's name. If it's kind of a generic brand name, I don't know, there might be contention, or in different parts of the world, maybe your brand has, another industry might have the same name of your brand. So you can never know if there will be a contention, right? So while applying or putting your primary string, you can also have the opportunity to put a replacement string. So as of the reveal day, you will see if there is any contention with your primary string. And then 14 days after the reveal day, we have this period called replacement period, where you will have the opportunity to change your primary string with your replacement string so that you can avoid a contention. But it is again up to the registry, the applicant, you can still go ahead with your primary string, or if you are in a contention, you can change it and then use your replacement string. It is up to the applicant to decide on how to move forward with this situation. And after the 14 days of this replacement period is over, we will have a string confirmation date sometime in November, I think, based on the current timeline we have. But again, we do not know how many applications we will receive, so the timeline might be a little bit different when the reveal day comes. So as per the current timeline, in November timeframe, we'll have the string confirmation date. And then as of this period, the process of evaluations start, which is like evaluation of the string. Like we will have the community input on the strings, objection period for the strings, contention sets, evaluation of the string, and then evaluation of the applicant. So the first strings will be evaluated, and then the applicants will be evaluated. And then I think we will be coming to 2027 at this point, somewhere in February, I'm assuming. But again, the timeline might be different when we come to that stage. So once the string and the applicant at this stage, they are qualified to move forward with the program, ICANN will invite this applicant for contracting. And within 90 days of receiving this invitation from ICANN, the applicant needs to sign the registry agreement. And once the applicant signs the registry agreement, at that moment, we call them a registry operator. So they are not an applicant anymore at that moment. So once the applicant signs the registry agreement and then they become a registry operator, within 12 months, they need to delegate their TLD. So delegating a TLD means putting your top-level domain in the DNS. So as Frédéric said, like it is at that point you will be owning a piece of the internet. So you need to make sure you manage it, in a secure way, and technically and financially and operationally capable of running it. So putting your TLD in the DNS means you own the piece of the internet. So within 1 year, within 12 months of signing the agreement, by contract, you need to delegate your TLD. And then after your TLD is delegated, it is up to the registry operator when to launch their TLD. So the obligation is still the delegation of a TLD, and then as of that moment, you can launch your TLD whenever you want. Frédéric, can you please go to the next slide?
Oh yeah. May I ask a question?
Of course.
So in fact, delegating your TLD means you will open the first website. Will be nic.yourtld, for example, nic.tld, and then you have some time to think about the way you will have your sunrises, your launches, and so on. Also, however, if you have a DotBrand, you are not planning to have a general availability stage because you will keep the domain name over to you.
So even if you're a brand TLD, you still need to submit a TLD startup information to ICANN, which includes a trademark claims period. So yes, as brands, they do not do sunrise, yes, but they need to do a claims period as per the rights protection mechanisms we have in place currently. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So we have another slide here, actually. it gives the snapshot of the different stages of the application period till contracting. So the part I covered was actually also, till contracting. I think I covered all the steps here. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So people, if you, I can see well, there will be some questions. We will answer the questions later. So here, just to show you, this slide is just to show you clearly, the two arrows show where we are. So we are in the timing where we are preparing to apply. As you said, Aysegul, some questions are complex. Well, actually, they are not complex, but some questions are very detailed. And getting some details from companies can sometimes take a long time. That's the challenge. I mean, if it's a one-man operation, like I am the owner of my brand, I want to apply, I write my application, I put it into the system, it's fine. But if it's a company in the stock market, for example, who has to control every communication that is being issued from the company, is going to take some more time. So prepare to apply, submit your application, and then there will be many other steps. So yeah, thank you, Aysegul. I think it was very clear. So now, as we said, this is the first time since 2012, but at least the good thing is ICANN and the community took some time, well, quite a lot of time, to reflect and improve the program. So what's new since 2012? For us, I mean, a more mature and predictable program. Yes, that's really good because with the first program, when I was, discussing with companies, they said, I don't know. It's quite blurry. I don't know how it will happen. I don't know what will happen. So at least we have now a kind of a program, an applicant guidebook that is ready before the launch. So at least it's a good thing. We have a program. It's a process. It's on track. So that's really good to have that. So maybe some companies didn't apply in 2012 because it was not accurate enough. Now it's a bit more accurate. We also have stronger processes and safeguards. As Aysegul said, if you have a contention, there will be this and this rule, and this rule, this rule, and this evaluation rule will be followed and so on. So yes, it's more secure. I mean, you might lose because someone has got a better right than yours, but at least you will know, and it will be a clear and transparent rule for everyone. Also, there is another thing that's quite important also for the usage of the internet, Aysegul. The 2026 base registration.
Yeah. So first of all the next round applicants, they need to sign the 2026 base registry agreement, which is a little bit different than the current agreement we have in place. This 2026 base array is actually, I think it was approved March this year by ICANN board. And there are two things I want to highlight here, specifically from a brand's perspective. First of all, in the current agreement, we have something called Continued Operations Instrument, COI, which is at the specification 8 of the registry agreement. And COI was introduced to make sure registry operator would have enough funds to provide continuity of service to the registrants in case there is an issue with the registry operator. And these COIs were in the form of letter of credits or cash escrow agreements, I think, and they were released after 6 years into the agreement. So this requirement is removed. So just to clarify, COIs are actually applicable to all types of registry operators. It's not only for brands, regardless of the TLD type, they were applicable for all registry operators. But I wanted to bring it here because, or specifically with the brands, releasing something after 6 years is like, I have seen historically, there are some staff changes at the brands. So for example, after 6 years, when the release of COI comes, the new staff at the brand, they may not know what this is about. And then something happened 6 years ago, they may not know what to do with this step. So this requirement is removed. I think it's kind of a good thing for the new applicants that this requirement is removed. This is one thing. And the second thing is different from the last round is that, so as you said, we have specification 13, which has the .brand TLD provisions in it. Currently, with the existing registry operators, it's a separate document added to their registry agreement. Because at the time we launched the base new registry agreement in 2012, we did not have the specification 13 back then. We launched specification 13 in May 2014, and then it was added as a separate document. But with this new round, when a .brand applicant signs a registry agreement with ICANN, specification 13 will already be in the agreement itself, so it will be only one document. So which is kind of different than the last round. So I just wanted to bring these two topics for this new base registry agreement.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's good. So it means that the letter of credit, if is removed, and there will be no need for it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there were quite a few adventures with the letter of credit in the past, but happy to remove it. So yeah, it's good news. Also, the auctions have changed. In the past, some people have knew that there would be contention, and they have organized between themselves auctions. And like, okay, I have this .echo, you have this .echo. Let's have an auction, and you know, the one who has got the most money will get the TLD. Here, it's changed. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no more private auctions anymore. Yeah. And also I want to talk about a little bit on the RSP and the ASP programs we launched. So first of all new gTLD applicants of the next round, they need to use evaluated RSPs for 2026 round. So ICANN.org opened registry service provider pre-evaluation application submission period. I think it was from November 2024 till May 2025. And as a result of this first window, ICANN published an initial list of the evaluated registry service providers on 30th of January this year. That included organizations, who cleared both technical testing and technical screening. So that was the first window for the applicants of the registry service provider program. And as of the launch of the application window for the next round on the 30th of April, we also opened this registry service provider application program again. So this is the second time for potential applicants of registry service program. They can apply during this period as well. And for this RSP program, this window will be opened at 12th of August as well. So there are two different things. So there might be some organizations, for example, even if they are brands, they have plans to apply to become a registry operator, and then they might have plans to apply to become a registry service provider, for example. So there are two different programs, and then they need to be submitting us two different applications, to become a approved or evaluated RSP. And any applicant for the next round, they need to be selecting from these evaluated RSPs. That's one thing to remember. And then, do you have any questions on the RSP?
No. I was just, that means that it makes the application easier. Because if you want to apply for your .brand, you just have to describe your project. And you don't have to show that you know the technical part. You just have to say, okay, I have chosen someone who has been approved by ICANN, so you can trust them. I will only manage my project. And I think it's a really very clever move from ICANN. It makes things more simple, and people who want to apply for a new TLD, then they know they can focus on the commercial side of the project, and they can just use someone who knows the job. I think it's a very interesting point. Thank you.
Yeah, and also like in the future, for example, if DotBrand or any registry operator, they want to change the existing RSP they are working with, I think the process will be easier than what we have currently, because we already have a list of approved and evaluated backend providers. Yeah. And then the other thing I want to mention very briefly is the applicant support program. Applicant support program was developed again as part of the ICANN's new generic top-level domain program. This was intended to make applying for a new gTLD accessible to the applicants who would be otherwise unable due to financial or resource constraints. So ASP was for gTLD applicants seeking financial and non-financial support from ICANN. And this was also opened from November 2024 till December 2025. And applicant support program is now closed. So qualifying applicants in this program doesn't guarantee that you can apply for your TLD. So if you're a qualified ASP applicant, you still need to go through this TAMS portal and then apply for next round. But this program is now closed, so no other organization can apply for an ASP program at this moment.
Yeah, well, at least it's also I think a good move from ICANN to say, okay, in some countries, some entities might not have the funds to apply. Okay, let's help them. Let's try to organize them something that will give them a mentoring, consulting for less for a lower price. Also, the application for a lower price. Also, at Team Internet, we have also organized something for some people issued from this applicant support program to make a special offer for them. Well, I mean, there are not thousands of applications from the applicant support program, but at least, yeah, I think it's also an opportunity for to make the DNS worldwide. Anyway.
Yeah.
So thank you. All right. So let's go for the next slide, because we've told you everything about DotBrand, how great they are, what you can do with them, but do you qualify? Because it's an important thing. We have had some applications of companies who just realized at some point that they don't have a brand. So you will not be able to apply for a DotBrand if you don't have a brand. You have to have a brand registered with the TMCH, the Trademark Clearinghouse. I mean, that's the first start. Otherwise, you will have to apply either for an open TLD or community TLD or whatever, but it won't be a DotBrand. Also, you have to be a legal entity, company, NGOs, and so on. And for example, what I was saying a bit earlier, like if you are on your own self-employed, well, you're not allowed to apply. So it's for companies, and you need a DotBrand. It costs $227,000 for the application, plus 500 if you are a brand, plus also the cost of your consulting company who will help you to make the application. And then also you will have to pay for a few other things like writing your policies, having your backend operator, and so on. Additional fees. Additional fees are can be sometimes quite high. So it's a cost. It's not just like taking a domain name. You could have discounts, as we said, with the applicant support program. And also, if you want to qualify, then you have to create your user account on the TAMS, TLD application management system, and you will not be able to apply on paper. Well, it's not a surprise, but at least it's completely electronic. You need to, the most difficult part is to have a brand. Once you have your brand and you're a company, then you can qualify and go for your application. I wanted to share a few things. Well, it's not, I mean, the TAMS, Aysegul, I'm sure that the ICANN team is proud of this system. However, the TAMS has not been created to show a great design. It's not watching a movie. It's for an application. It's for filling forms. So it's not fascinating. It's just like, but it works. No, sorry, it's a very comprehensive process anyway, and the questions are very accurate. And one is sometimes you click on a question, you say yes, and then you have other questions, you say no, you have other questions. It's a very, I think it's a long process, and you have to collaborate with your customer. The customer and the consulting company, who is usually filling in the forms, have to really exchange a lot together. And once you have submitted your application, it's not finished. You might receive clarification questions. Because there is a space for exchange, like, okay, you said this, but what did you mean exactly by that? I think it's important to say that because it means you can make an application and it's just not it's not on off. At some point, if something is unclear, ICANN team, or I mean the people who will review the application, will ask for clarification. So it doesn't make ICANN the bad guy. It just makes ICANN the entity that has got the rules and wants to be clear with you following the rules. So I think it's important. So the terms, you see, no pictures, no fancy colors, but very clear questions. So that's the last chance. I mean, I guess we are coming to the end of this webinar, and then we will have some questions. Briefly, why would you collaborate with BrandShelter? Well, BrandShelter, I mean, we are a company managing corporate customers. We have been doing that for long time, for more than 20 years, and we can give you complete peace of mind, and we will take care of the application for you. We have the team with experience. We have the TLDs that we manage already. We are your unique point of contact. As you can see, we also have a backend operation, and we will use it. And we already managed quite a few brands on that. And the good thing also is once you have your portfolio with BrandShelter, if you add your own TLD, then your own TLD is added to your portal, and you can just manage your own TLD just like any other domain names. It's quite handy. It's quite handy. You don't have to worry, okay, oh, for this one, I should go to this portal. For this one, I should go to this portal. No, it's completely unified. And it's unified because we work with Centralnik brand registry, Centralnik registry services, and it's integrated within the group. I like showing that we have 46% of the new gTLDs over the backend. We don't manage all of them, but we are the backend for that number of TLD. It's taken from NTLD stats. It's quite a lot. And we are proud of it, and it's working. I mean, it's working. It's got IPv6, DNSSEC, 2FA, 24/7 support, and so on. And it's working. And you can sleep on your, as we say in French, and also I don't know if we can say it in English, but you can sleep on your 2 ears. It means you can have quiet nights. We will take care of everything. So we will be happy to work with anyone who wants a DotBrand. Hopefully, we have clarified a few things over this. Sorry, I will over this meeting. I will take some Q&As, some questions. Voilà. Sorry, there are quite a few. So I will take the question. Okay, we will start with the first question. So there was something like, are we expecting significantly more competition for certain brands strings compared to 2012? Sorry. Before we go to the question, Aysegul, did you want to add anything?
No, I'm okay to take the questions. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So hopefully everybody is ready to listen to. Everybody enjoyed the presentation. Now we are going to clarify a few more things. So are we expecting significantly more competition for certain brand strengths compared to 2012? It's a good question. It's a good question because most people seem to think that there will be a lot of DotBrand's application. So if there are more DotBrands, there should be more contention or competition. Right. However, the rules on contention are very clear now. They are clear and they have been improved and they have been tested in the past. So I think the consulting companies will be able to tell their customers, okay, with this string, there is a risk, and maybe we should talk to the competition first. So I would think that people will be more careful. I don't think there will be that many options between contention strings, but for open TLDs, it's a different story, because open TLDs, I mean, like if you think that, for example, you want to apply for a string that is quite trendy, something with AI, I guess, some other people could have used the same idea as you. So there could be competition a bit more over the generic TLDs than the brand strings. I hope I was clear. Then, are we expecting a surge of last-minute applications, or do most applicants move early?
I can take that one if you don't mind. I think because application process takes a lot of time, and also if you are talking about the brands, some of the questions at the brands, you need to go to legal team. Some of the questions you need to go to marketing team. Some of the questions you will need to go to your finance department, right? So I think it takes a lot of time for the brand to answer all of these questions. And then different teams are involved in that organization. So that's why I'm assuming, I think most of the applications, we will be receiving them towards the end of the closure. So I think for the last 3 or 4 weeks, we will have the most amount of the applications rather than at the early stages of the application period right now. That's my, prediction.
Yeah, I can confirm, because well, I can confirm that when you start working with a company, maybe they have been ready for a long time. When you really open the tabs and you come with the real questions to answer, you discover that there is an hesitation. People are hesitating. Oh, is that the final answer? So they want to check again. So that's why I said that there will be clarification questions. I mean, it's a bit more open. But yes, it's always. Actually, I would love to schedule my holiday for August, but we never know. We never know what's going to happen in July. Okay, are you seeing internal ownership of DotBrand project who typically leads this? Hey,
I can.
yeah.
So yeah, from my
Okay.
perspective, I think my experience with that brand TLDs is that they are typically actually owned by or managed by consultants. So because you know what, of course, depends on the brand, but typically the primary business of the brand is not to manage and operate a top-level domain, right? For example, think about a car manufacturer. Their primary business is to manufacture and produce cars and distribute them, I don't know, internationally maybe. It's their primary business. Their primary business is not to manage a top-level domain. So typically, that brand TLDs, they work with the consultant because consultants, they have the expertise, like, BrandShelter / CentralNix / Team Internet. They have the expertise. So my experience with the brand TLDs is that they typically work with a consultant because consultant can take care of everything on behalf of the brand itself. But if you are talking about the organization itself, I think it again changes per the brand. Sometimes their technical team is running or operating the brand. Sometimes their online marketing team. But my experience is that so far, most of the brands, they work with a consultant.
Yeah, you're right. It's important for that, but also sometimes for the consultant, it's important to have someone who is a leader over the project. And so in the past, we had some projects, and if the person who is carrying the project is leaving, it makes it sometimes quite difficult to carry on with the project. So is another risk that some brands apply just because others are, and not because they have a clear strategy. Yes, this risk exists. And it was already the case in the past. I think 14 years ago, the use of the internet was different. The stakes were not the same. And now I think companies, maybe they don't have all the details of what they want to do with their brands, but they know they should apply because they know maybe there won't be another occasion. So some people will maybe fear that someone will have them, but as the program is now really well protected, this fear is going away. But still, some companies will apply because they know it's now or in 5 years, in 10 years. So no, the protection, I mean the procedures around the protection of trademarks over the for this program are better, are clear. So there shouldn't be it shouldn't be the fear that is leading you, but a vision, or at least for the future. What is the tipping point that usually gets leadership to say yes? It's a very difficult question. If I knew what is the tipping point that usually gets my leadership to say yes, I would use it every day. So no, I'm joking, but I think it's a vision. If someone in the leadership has got a vision, or if someone who is carrying the project can share that vision with someone from the leadership, then the project is on. I think if you have a vision, you say, okay, we have this kind of issue, and in the future, if we have this DotBrand, we could use it this way and this way. If at some point someone can share the vision, the vision for the future, then the leadership can say yes. Sometimes you don't have to manage that with spreadsheets and figures. You have to share a vision. And it's more difficult sometimes. Okay, how do you see DotBrands being used differently in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think it is up to the registry operator how to use or to come up with the creative ways of using their TLD. And then you know what? Internet is changing. We have AI. New technologies are coming on board. So I think it's up to the registry operator to decide on how to use it. And we have seen many ways of using DotBrand TLDs.
Yeah, well, some people, let's be clear. Some people have applied for a DotBrand. They have not found a way to use it, and they have terminated their TLD. That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have been using it like for different kind of things, smaller things like communication on some specific websites, specific projects. I am still sad because there was AXA, French insurance company, at some point had created a website that was an automated insurance based on blockchain. And the application was run under .axa. So I was really amazed by that, but it didn't work. That's a shame. Maybe it was too early, and maybe some people will have more different ideas in the future. And as you said, it's going to be a space for innovation. However, I think security and AI departments of the companies will have to really work on that and together, because security is going to be key. Whatever. Okay. Well, that's a longer question. Once the organization questions are answered to create the organization time users financials in the times, is it possible to immediately start the application, or is there a pause when ICANN has to verify the organization information between the okay. Maybe I think because maybe it's a question regarding the background check, because yeah, when you apply, you are showing a lot of information about your company, and then there will be a background check.
Yeah, right.
Is the background check done after the reveal day, or is it done during the application window? If that's what I understand from the question.
My understanding from the question is that I think during the application phase, if ICANN is doing the check, and then the applicant can continue with their application or start their application, or it is being done after that. So I think, as far as I'm aware, but I might be wrong, in TAMP system, you can just start your application, and then you can just move forward with your application and then fill all the questions and submit them. And then after the there will be administrative check periods, and then those background screening, those things, I think they will be happening at the application evaluation period. So I think at this moment, till 12th of August, the window is open, and then you can submit whatever information you want. I think at this point, we are not doing any checks. But let me check this one with my colleagues to make sure I respond this correctly.
No, yeah, well, I think there is no check, or maybe like a few checks, like integrity checks or something like that. But yeah, I'm sure we can create the organization and then go for the application. But yes, with pleasure. If you can check that and come back to us, it would be a great. Okay. Oh, it's we have talked quite a lot. Well, hopefully we still have some people with us, so we haven't been too boring, Aysegul. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, and I hopefully you enjoyed and you found this webinar interesting. You will receive a link with a replay link for the webinar. It will also be online if you want to share it. We are delighted to share information with you. So thank you very much, and thank you for attending this webinar. Thank you very much, Aysegul, to be with me on this and share with me all this information about ICANN. I mean, we've been working for quite a long time together, so it's a pleasure. And thank you, ICANN.
Thank you so much, Frédéric, for the opportunity. And for anyone in the room, if you have any questions about next round, please send an email to globalsupport@icann.org. So any questions you have on next round, that's the area, the source you should be using. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Also, we should say thank you to Annika, who helped us preparing this webinar. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, all. And I wish you a great day. Have a good day, all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.